Hello everyone, we'll continue our practice on C language. We are in the challenge 15, which is part of the subdomain arrays and strings. And this challenge 15 is about dynamic arrays in C language. So this is somewhat complicated. How to read the problem statement more than once to understand this one. So the problem statement is Snowhowler is the librarian at the central library of the city of Huskland. He must handle 3 requests which comes in the following forms. Okay, he has to handle 3 requests, 1, 2, 3. The first request is XY. Insert a book with Y pages at the end of Xth shelf. So we'll be having a set of shelves. In that shelf, the shelves will be numbered from 0 to n. So we have to insert a particular book in the Xth shelf, and that book will be having Y pages. That is the first request. So when I request 1, and I have to give a book with which shelf and how many pages are present in that book. So I have to insert that particular book in Xth shelf, and that particular book will be having Y pages. In the similar manner, the second request is XY. I have to print the number of pages in that Yth book on the Xth shelf. That is, if I give the second request with the input parameters XY, then I have to print how many number of pages are present in the Xth shelf's Yth book. Okay, so you have to search the shelves. You have to go to the Xth shelf, and in that Xth shelf I have to go to the Yth book, and how many pages are present in that book I have to print. That is the second request. The third request will be to print the number of books in the particular shelf X. So the third request means I have to give an input X. So for example, if I give 5, I have to print the number of books in the 5th shelf. That is the third request. So we are having 3 requests, 1, 2, 3. Okay, that were part of your librarian's request. So Snowhowler got an assistant, O'Shea. O'Shea provided by the Department of Education. Although inexperienced, O'Shea can handle all of the queries of type 2 and 3. So O'Shea has handled the queries of type 2 and 3. Help Snowhowler deal with the type 1. Okay, how to deal with type 1 requests. So O'Shea used 2 arrays, that is int number of books, one array with for number of books. It is an one dimensional array for number of books, and there is a second array. This is a 2-dimensional array for the number of pages. This stores the number of pages in each book of each shelf. Okay, so each shelf will be having number of books, and each book's pages it will be storing. So I think you can guess the 2-dimensional array here. The row represents the shelf, that is first shelf. Okay, the column represents the books. Okay, so if you visualize 2-dimensional array here, will be having as a row will be having one book, and as a column will be representing singular books. Okay, each row will represent one shelf, and each column will represent one book for that particular shelf. So remember, this is number of books, and this is the number of pages in the particular thing. So these two arrays are used by O'Shea for writing other code, that is dealing with the second and third query. What we have to do is we have to write the first query. Okay, the input format is the first line contains the integer total number of shelves in the library. The second line contains an integer the total number of queries, and each of the following, the total number of queries contain lines contains a request in each of the three specified formats. Okay, so if you see the sample output, it will be given the number of shelves in the library, and next 5 is the number of queries which will be asked, and next 5 lines will be the 5 queries. That is, the first means this is the first type of query, this is the first type of query, this is the first type of query, this is the second type of query, this is the third type of query. You read the third type of query. So type of query is this. So the third type of query is the number of books in the xth shelf. So if 30 means it will represent the number of books in the 0th shelf. 220 means, okay, 220 means it has to print the number of pages present in the second book of the 0th shelf. Okay, like that. So if you take the explanation, you can see here. So there are 5 shelves and 5 requests. So the first request is, it is a type 1 request, places 15 page book at the end of 0th shelf. Next, second is 20 page book, it should be placed at the end of 0th shelf. Third is 78 page book, it should be placed at the second shelf, end of second shelf. So the next is, fourth one is the number of pages present in second shelf 0th book. Number of pages of second shelf 0th book is 78 pages, and the number of books on the 0th shelf. The 0th shelf we have inserted 2 books, so we will be printing it as 2. So that is the explanation about your general input and output. You have to write the code first. See the code. Okay, this is somewhat complex compared to the remaining codes whatever you have seen so far. As in the problem statement, they have already told they have declared 2 arrays. That is, one is total number of books and the second one is total number of pages. This is a 1-dimensional array and this is a 2-dimensional array, and they have already declared 2 more. One is total number of shelves, that is for taking the input, total number of shelves, total number of queries, that is also for the input. And while you have the number of queries, that is, in the example they have given 5 queries, so while you have the 5 queries, you have to solve the queries one by one, and they have written the code already for type 2 queries and type 3 queries. That is, type 2 query where you have to print the pages for a particular book, type 3 query the total number of books in a particular shelf. Okay, what we have to write our code is for type 1 queries. So what is the type 1 query is, we have to insert a book with y pages at the end of xth shelf. So we have to know what is the shelf, and we have to go to the, that is, if I give xy as input, I have to find out what is the shelf. That is, xth shelf means first I have to go from 0 position to the xth position, then I have to go to the end of the shelf. After that I have to insert a y page book at the end. Remember, all these processes has to be done by using dynamic programming. That is, mostly you have to use dynamic memory allocation, and this code can be somewhat confusing for you as some parts are missing, and you might not realize you have to write some parts of the code here. So what I will do is, first write some parts which have to be dynamically allocated. So the first part we have to dynamically allocate memory is the number of books. Okay, so given in the given program or given problem statement, so we have taken only the input of the number of shelves and the number of queries. We haven't took any input about the number of books and the number of pages. But initially you have to dynamically allocate memory for these two things also. That is, first I have to take an empty number of books and empty number of pages. later only I can assign values to that one. So to that I have already copied some code lines. I will just copy those lines one by one and try to make you understand this thing. So the first line is, I am dynamically allocating the total number of books, a memory for total number of books. So what is this particular thing is doing is, total number of books is equal to, I am dynamically allocating memory for number of books. Okay, so I have created a memory for number of books, but I haven't initialized anything for that one. In the same manner I will create, okay, in the same manner I will dynamically create memory for the number of pages also. Okay, so they have just declared here, but they haven't assigned any memory for number of books and number of pages. To assign memory for number of books and number of pages, we have used these two lines. Once after assigning those memories, you have to, first after creating memory for those memories, I have to give values as zeros. That is, they should not contain any. That is, until you insert something, all the memory should be zeros. To make it as zeros, we'll be using this particular code. Okay, this for loop I will be using to make it as 0. So you can see number of I is equal to 0, and whatever book pages present in those books will be also empty. So this 3 lines of code are 3 parts of code. The first part will be used to create memory for books. The second part will be used to create memory for pages. The third part will be used to make those memories to zeros. I will show this in visualization also later, but remember these 3 parts will be used for those purposes. Once after that, you have to write your particular code for query 1. So query 1, x will be the shelf in which you have to insert your new book, and y will be the number of pages of that particularly newly inserted book. Okay, so first you have to first the thing you have to do is, you have to insert a new book. That is, if I have given a third shelf x as 3, okay, if I give x as 3, what is the meaning is, I have to insert a new book in the third shelf. So first I have to increment the number of books in that particular shelf. Okay, so whatever may be, before if might be 0, it will be incremented to 1 here. So we have incremented the number of books in that particular shelf by 1. Once after incrementing, you have to first collect number of pages in that particular shelf. How many pages are there, how many books are there in that particular shelf. Later you have to add the number of pages at the end. So the third line will be used to add the number of pages at the end. So is equals to y means we will go to the end of the shelf by using this line, and we are going to initialize y, that is the number of pages at the end of that particular shelf. These 3 lines are the code to insert your particular a new book at the xth shelf, okay, with y pages. That is the code. Once just run the code, you can see the test cases are fine, and submit the code. Mostly the test cases will be fine. Okay, so if you see the code, I have to copy the code, and I will just visualize this particular code and try to understand what is happening. Let's go for the C visualization, which we have seen in the previous classes. What is that? Python tutor. So just copy the code. So there is no option to give inputs here, so we'll remove the scanfs and give the values directly. Let's give the shelves as some 3 shelves, and the number of queries as just 1. That is, I am trying to execute the first query only. The number of queries is also 1, and inside the type query type 1, let's give x and y values. That is, I am having 3 shelves and 1. So let's give x as 2, that is, I am trying to insert into the second shelf, and y as some 500 pages. Okay, so this is the thing I am trying to do. Let's just I am trying to execute only the query 1 only. I am not trying to execute the query 2. Okay, so let's visualize the thing. So your code might not have infinite loop or running too long. You are behind. Try again later. Okay, I have already copied it into other thing. Just okay, I have copied the same thing here. Let's run the same code whatever I have done. I have taken 3 shelves and one query, and in the type query 1 I have taken, I am trying to insert into the second shelf with 30 pages. Okay, a book of 30 pages. Let's see what is happening and try to understand. We have declared 2. One is number of books and number of pages, which are global variables which are part of the stack, and number of shelves and number of queries which are part of the main. So if you declare first, the number of shelves I have initialized to 3, the number of queries I have initialized to 1. Next, the total number of books dynamically allocated will be allocated in heap. Okay, it will be allocated in heap without any initialized values, so the number of books will be having a separate array. Next, the number of pages, if you see, the number of pages is also one array without any initialized values. Next, if you go, I have the first 2 lines will create a dynamic arrays with initialized empty values. Now this for loop will be used to initialize those values to zeros. If you see properly, the first, when I is 0, it has been initialized to 0, and this will be initialized to zeros. Okay, if you see, this will be pages means 0th I think you can understand it is a 2-dimensional array. The first dimension will be shelf. This is the 0th shelf, and in this we'll be having 0 pages. Okay, next, in the similar manner, the second shelf also will be made as 0, and the second shelf's number of pages also will be made as 0. So the third shelf is also made 0, and the third shelf's number of pages is also made 0. After this, we'll be going to the query 1 type of query. So the type of query is 1. I have given direct input as 1. So when it is 1, I have 2 variables, x and y. So the x value is 2, y value is 30. Okay, first what we do is, okay, we have to increment the number of pages in the shelf, that is second shelf, to number of books in the second shelf to 1. Why? Because previous it was 0. When you write this line, it will be incremented to 1. Next, we have to modify this pointer. Why? Because the number of pages have to be modified here. So before modifying, I have to go to the end of the shelf. So this line will be used to go to end of the shelf. After that, I have to assign the particular number of pages in that particular shelf. Okay, this is how your code will run. And similarly, you can try the second and third queries also, but remember, you cannot give inputs directly here. we have to directly initialize values to better understand this visualization. So this is your challenge 10, sorry, challenge 15, which is somewhat complex, but you take some time to better understand what you are doing here. So you should have better understanding about pointers and arrays to completely understand